So are the Phoenix Suns in trouble? Well, of course, that's going to be the narrative going around the league, right? And around fans, because the Phoenix Suns and the Minnesota Timberwolves was a matchup where people were really divided, right? You had some people like myself that thought the Minnesota Timberwolves will win this series. Then you had many others that still thought the Phoenix Suns will win the series. And really, you could argue both sides of the fence. Phoenix looked really good towards the end of the season. It looked like their big three have finally, figured out how to play well together. They looked like they were somewhat energized, and it looked like they kind of had momentum going forward. And really the opposite somewhat for the Minnesota Timberwolves, who looked really good. I mean, for the majority of the season, they were the number one seed, ended up dropping a little bit late, had some injuries, and they came in as the 3 seed. So was the team with all the firepower and the experience in the Phoenix Suns, who even added Isaiah Thomas at the end of the season, were they going to be the ones to get it done? Or was it going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves roster? Now, we have seen through games 1 and 2 that Minnesota have looked really good, but I don't want to count out the Suns just yet, even though I still stick by I think the Timberwolves will win in 6. You don't want to count out the Phoenix Suns. But what I can say is that they have not looked like a great team in terms of the chemistry between the Phoenix Suns. Not only that, they don't look like a team that is enjoying playing basketball together at this point. And that is definitely one red flag. Now, this morning, Lou Williams on running back, he said that the Suns should give Isaiah Thomas some minutes, which I'm not really going to disagree with that one. Of course, we have not seen Isaiah Thomas in game 2. He played a little bit, I believe like 4 or 5 minutes in game 1, missed both of his shots, but the game was over. So it really did not matter much, right? But that's it. Had not seen Isaiah Thomas much besides that point. But he also said, which is the interesting thing that we want to talk about, the very interesting takeaway is he believes that the Suns should bring Bradley Beal off of the bench and at least explore that idea. And that is somewhat interesting to hear an NBA vet say, because we know what Bradley Beal could do. We know how great of a scorer he is and has been throughout his career. But right now, Bradley Beal and the Suns, they kind of need something to get rejuvenated right now. I don't agree with bringing Bradley Beal off the bench, although I do understand the concept, especially right now with the injury to Grayson Allen. We need him to be fully healthy. But one thing that is apparent in this series is that the Suns need a true point guard. They do not have that currently. Even if you do give Isaiah Thomas more minutes, he's short, he can play the role, but I don't still think that is a guy that is managing the flow of the game and is that true point guard. Right now, you have Devin Booker, you have Bradley Beal kind of sharing those duties. It does not look good. I'm just going to say it right now. It does not look good, and it looks like things should change. But for the Phoenix Suns, you are in the situation. You pretty much have dug a hole in terms of they went after Kevin Durant, which nobody is going to blame them for. You go get a Bradley Beal, which is we're putting in everything on the table. And we are trying to win this championship. That is a clear indication. And then just about a week or two ago, you give Grayson Allen the extension. Well, now you have every chip you could have possibly had is on the table. You pushed everything forward to say, we are going after it because we are going to be a second apron team. We are going to, hinder our future to go win it and go win it now. So to see this performance is a little troubling. In the very first round after that, you're now committed. You have the Bradley Beal contract with the no trade clause. You now have the Grayson Allen contract. KD's there, Devin Booker's there. You're going to have to fill a team with essentially minimum guys. It's going to be very tough to change the situation. So this is essentially the main group that Phoenix has, and they have to get things figured out. So no, I don't agree that Bradley Beal should be benched. I think you have to make it work with what you have, but it's going to be tough at this stage. Of course, in the offseason, you have to go get a true point guard. That is very evident. Very evident. you could get away with playing Devin Booker and Bradley Beal there during the regular season, but playoff basketball, it is not going to work. It has not worked. And we have seen it. Devin Booker has not looked the same. Bradley Beal hasn't played great basketball. I believe he was 6 for 17 last game, so that hasn't been great. Kevin Durant hasn't looked that interested. Now, we do know he is interested, but there's times where he just looks disengaged. And like I said, this team does not look like they are enjoying basketball at all. And when you look at the flip side, it looks the complete opposite for the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are looking energized and thrilled and ready to go. So, very interesting take from Lou Will. Don't agree with the man, but how can Phoenix turn things around? It is not full panic mode time. On a scale of 1 to 10, you're at an 8.59 in terms of worry. We all know, at least the saying should be, a series never starts right until a road team wins. Minnesota did what they were supposed to do, which is win the first 2 home games. Now they go to Phoenix. Phoenix is supposed to do what they're supposed to do and win those 2 home games. And we will see ultimately if they can hold up their end of the bargain. But if they lose, of course, game 3, it's tough. And that's why I say, you're at about a 9 on that panic scale. Not a full 10 yet, but you're at a 9. And you got to make sure you do what you're supposed to do, and that is win Friday night in Phoenix. So you guys let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Do you like the idea of bringing Bradley Beal off the bench, giving Isaiah Thomas more minutes? Do you think they should keep the lineup the way they currently have it? How do they come back? Or do they simply just go home, play the game, play better? Typically your role players play better at home, and go from there. Let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. As usual, hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please do me a favor. Go ahead and leave this video a like. It helps me out a lot. And subscribe if you haven't already. It's DLloyd. I'm see y'all next time. Peace.